Imagine that in front of you there are two buttons. Now, one of those buttons, if pressed, gives you a 1% chance that you will get $1,000,000. The other button gives you a 0% chance that you will get $1,000,000. Now, which one will you press? Well, of course you're going to press the button with 1% chance instead of the one with 0% chance. Because even though it's unlikely, it's still infinitely better than the alternative. And let's look at another situation. Let's imagine that in front of you there are another pair of buttons. One of the buttons gives you a 1% chance of, getting the woman of your dreams, and the other one gets you a 0% chance of achieving that. Well, once again, which one will you press? Well, of course, the one with the 1% chance. And even another example, there's another two buttons, 1% chance of achieving your dreams and 0% chance of achieving your dreams. And once again, everyone understands instantly that they have to press the button with 1% chance. Even though it's unlikely, it is objectively the best option and the action which you should take. And everyone understands this. Now, replace the word button with action. The action which you are supposed to take. So for the $1,000,000 example, for you to get $1,000,000 and a huge sum of cash, well, instead of pressing a button, it's starting that business or applying for that new job. But the moment you replace it from a button to an actual action that you have to do, the moment you do that, it's all of a sudden these excuses start coming. Oh, but it's not guaranteed. Like, of course it's not guaranteed. That's the point. But it's unlikely. But once again, you understood that when it was simply pressing a button, you knew that that was the better choice and the one that you would make 100% of the time. But the moment it's an action of doing something, all these excuses come around. And the same with the next example, the button about getting that woman of your dreams. Well, when you replace it with an action of actually going and talking to that woman, all of a sudden you're like, well, what if she says no? What if something bad happens? And it's like, once again, the moment you replace it from a button to an action, you have all these excuses come around. So the key to being brave and to have that bravery of doing these things and the confidence to doing the actual actions required is to simplify things. So with the third example we can look at, for example, instead of viewing it as, oh no, there's only a 1% chance of me achieving my dreams by, go do whatever you have to do to achieve your dreams, whether it's to make YouTube videos, whether it's to become a professional athlete, whatever it might be. Everyone understands that, yes, it's unlikely. But the moment you simplify it to those buttons, you instantly understand that you're still supposed to do it. And so whenever you're in a situation where all of these kinds of excuses start running in your head, where you're like, well, it's not likely, but it's not guaranteed, but what if I fail? And all of these things that every one of us knows, every one of us has had these thoughts in our head. You're not alone, I swear to you, and I promise you. And so when these thoughts come into your head and when you're feeling, a bit afraid and anxious and you don't want to do that thing, just simplify it to the buttons. Look at the situation that you are in and simplify it down to the buttons which you can press. Imagine that every action is simply a press of a button. And the moment you simplify it to that, you will understand that even if it's unlikely, you should go and start that business. Even if it's unlikely, you should apply for that job. Even if it's unlikely, you should make the YouTube videos. Even if it's unlikely, you should talk to that woman. Even if it's unlikely, you should chase your dreams and do whatever you can to even try for that 1% chance. And another great thing about life is that, what else can you even do? Like, what else is there to really do in life except to do the things and the 1% chances and to keep attempting it over and over again? And the great guarantee of life is that eventually, as long as you keep rolling the dice long enough, you will hit snake eyes. You know, it might be a 1% chance, but if you take enough of those chances, it's basically a guarantee that you'll hit it. Eventually you will get what you wanted. As long as you keep pressing that button enough times, you slam it over and over and over again. Now, of course, in reality, it's harder than just slamming a button because you actually have to take action, and actions actually take time. You know, it could be that it takes you hours every day to, do something, go to the gym, and it's not just as simple as pressing a button. But you understand the point, and this is the great power of simplifying these situations. It gives you this infinite source of bravery because the moment you simplify it, you understand what the correct action is every single time. And there is no longer any excuses that you can use to stop you. And to give you even more hope and even more encouragement, I want to tell you that your chances are constantly getting better. With each try, you learn something, you get experience, you get better, you get wiser. And so every roll of the dice, every press of that button, the actual chances of you succeeding increase. They get better. And so shouldn't you want to press that button as many times as you can? Because if you go and press it as many times as you can, you will get as good as you can become. You will literally become the best version of yourself. Because you have put yourself through so many of those situations that you basically got the roadmap. If you got a labyrinth and you go and try every possible combination, well, now you know the labyrinth inside out, and now you can just go and walk through it and go to the correct path. Like, you can build the roadmap by just brute forcing this and trying every combination, pressing the button as many times as you can. And the great thing also is that you have nothing to lose from pressing that button. You have nothing to lose from taking action. You might think that you have something to lose, but in reality you don't. In the end, every one of us will die. And that's a sad reality of the world. But when you die, the only thing that will have mattered is that did you live the best life that you could? If you didn't, you failed. And to live the best life that you could, that usually means pressing the button of 1% chance, taking those risks, starting the business that actually gives you enjoyment and that actually fulfills you. Going out and trying to find that real and good partner in life that will be alongside you for the ride. Going out there and actually chasing your dreams instead of working a job or studying a field that you actually hate. And so when you understand that you have literally nothing to lose from taking action, all of a sudden, even just the slight hope of that 1% chance becomes so valuable that you should be jumping at the opportunity that you can go and take action. So go out there, stay disciplined, chase your dreams, and have a fantastic day.